Hello guys, welcome to the video. So let's do a settings UI in this one, right? We already did main menu, we did credits. Now it's time for settings. I'm gonna enable the object and we're gonna adjust things inside of it. And settings will be responsible for changing sensitivity of the camera. Since we have the camera and we need to adjust sensitivity, not every player is the same. And also we're gonna adjust volume in here. And for now we don't have any sound effects or music, so we're gonna just set up the layout for this. But functionality will be very easy to add later on once we have Audio Manager. So yeah, these are the settings that I want to have. I'm not sure if there is anything else, like I couldn't think of anything. Usually it's some things like friendly fire or I don't know, the quality, but this game is pretty simple. It's not that demanding, so we don't really need to have any quality adjustment here. I'll just do the things I mentioned, and then if you want, you can add more with the functionality I'm going to teach you. Okay, so let's go to settings. Let's go here and let's delete the text. Now let's go and add UI slider, just like that. And this slider will adjust sensitivity for us. I think I want to make it bigger. So let's make it as something like this. Maybe something like this should do. Yeah, this is okay. I like it. Let's keep it like that. Now let's adjust the slider. First of all, I think I want to change the handle because it's not pretty. And we also want to change background. I have idea of placing this background. Let's go to graphics, card background, and this one. The very same one that we used for background of the menu. But we're not going to make it transparent, so it's going to look nice. Let's open this slider. Let's find background image. And let's just drag it over here like that. Okay, very cool. Now, if you go to play mode right now, this slider is going to work even just like that. As you can see, it's working. So it's pretty much okay, but we can make it better. First of all, we can change handle image. There are a couple of options. I tried to use these icons. Does not look really good, to be honest. So I decided to use this icon over here. Let's go to sprite editor. This is the one that I used for my another project. Looked very well, so we're gonna use it. Let's select it like so. Just like that. And let's hit apply. Very nice. Now we can take this image and put it on this handle. We're gonna find handle and drag the image here. Then we need to click set native size. It's gonna be bigger, but it's okay. We can reduce the scale to something like 0.3, and then we don't need to adjust anything else, because once we go to play mode, it's gonna adjust position automatically because of the way the slider is working, right? You can see it says some values driven by slider, and slider component is over here, so we don't really need to change much. Now, if we open the slider, we can see it is white, and we can change color so it if we want to. For example, we can try something like this. The normal color is responsible for arrow when it's not selected. You can just basically click somewhere. Now it's not selected, and you can try to change color to see what it does. What I want to do here is to make it somewhat red, like that. Then when it's selected, it should have same color. Let's go here, copy it. Because if you don't do that, you can slide the button, release it, and it's going to be white. But now it is selected. And we need to change the color over here as well, like that. When it's pressed, I'm going to keep it as it is right now. And we only want to change color of the fill image over here to the same red color. And this is how it's going to look. Right? When you press it, it becomes gray. You're moving it, releasing, it is red again. I think it's kind of nice. We are in the play mode, so once you exit play mode, it's going to revert the changes. But now you can test. You can test different colors, see if you like white, see if you like maybe something blue like that. By the way, this is nice. I kind of like it. Maybe I'll use this one. Let me try the... we're going to select sliders. Go here and try this one as well. Kind of nice, right? Looks good to me. Let's make it white when we press it. No, maybe blue but brighter. Yeah, I kind of like it, so I think I'm gonna use it. So now, once you decide on colors and once you exit the play mode, it's gonna revert the changes and you will have to set up colors again. If you want to see the area behind the arrow, you can select slider and you can just increase value over here. Now let me do the colors that I had. On the handle itself, we don't really need to change anything because it's going to be changed by the slider component, but fill area can be changed. I'm going to use something like this. Also, I'm colorblind, so I usually choose colors that I somewhat like, but I don't know if they're exactly blue, to be honest. Yeah, now this is the fill area. Let's go to slider. Normal color will be like that. Selected color should be somewhat the same. Let me copy it from here. Go to selected color, paste in, and then pressed color will be lighter. Okay, I think this is acceptable. Now let me try again. Yeah, nice, I like it. Now there is something else. When we put the slider in the end, we still can see a bit of a black area behind. That is because of the image of the arrow, how it looks. If you have different image, it's gonna be fine, I guess, but I'm gonna show you how to fix it in the case of what we have here. We just need to go to background and we need to slightly reduce it like that. Just a little bit. And same goes for, let me see, let's try. I guess same goes for fill area. Now, if I put it in the end, we cannot see that part. Oh, and it's fine. Okay, so we don't need to adjust anything else. This is good. Now, you probably noticed that on a slider component, when we drag this one, we can see a value over here. And this is the main point of this slider. That's why we're using slider, because we can take the value over here and use it to adjust sensitivity on the camera. And that is just super, super nice, honestly. Before we do that though, let's make a bunch of sliders that we can use for different settings. So we need a text here. Let's say this is SFX volume slider, for example. Then let's make a UI text mesh component. As a child, let's choose font. Let's make it white. Let's take the text and let's place it somewhere here. Okay, we probably want to increase the text box. We can place it like so and do alignment to the right and in the center. And over here, I'm gonna type sound effects. Okay. Now we've got a slider, let's make a bunch of them, and for that it's probably better to make some sort of grid layout group so it's arranged nicely. I'm gonna make an empty parent, let's name it as slider holder, and we wanna add grid layout group. Now it's gonna be messed up a little bit, but we're gonna fix it, no worries. We need to take this holder, make it bigger, do something like this, I guess. Right, let's attach it to the center by holding Alt. Very good. I'm gonna bring it down a bit. And now we need 4 more sliders. We can just duplicate these. And then let's go back to the parent. Let's increase cell size on the X to something like 750. Yeah, this looks good to me. For the Y, I want to have something like 85, 70. Yeah, this looks okay. Let's try to arrange it a bit, because, you know, it's all up to your personal preference. We also should make child alignment as middle center, maybe. Let's see, this one is not that mandatory, it's just what suits better your design. Upper center is probably okay. Constraints. I want to have only 2 columns, so I'm going to do fixed column count 2, like that. Over here, 740. Maybe just 700. Like that. Yeah, this looks good to me. Now let's add a bit of a spacing on the X. 75. And let's add spacing on the Y. 40. 50. 60. 60 looks okay to me. Now I can see the text moved a little bit, so we need to fix that. We're gonna open text for all of them. Text, 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 and let's move it to the left like that. Okay, very good. So now we have 4 sliders. This one gonna be responsible for sound effects. This is what it says here, so it's okay. Now let's select the second one, which is on the right over here, and this one will be responsible for camera sensitivity. Maybe I should give you an example here. Yesterday I checked a game that was released, Scenes of Solar Empire or something like that. Let me quickly open it. Alright, so this is the game I was talking about, and in here we also have a camera movement as we just did in our project. With the right mouse you can rotate around the object, just like that. You can zoom out and zoom in, so it works the same, and it has WASD movement, just like we have. And it does not have edge movement, mostly because this game has UI elements around it, and if you have edge movement, it may happen that you move the camera while you're trying just to click some buttons here or here. So this is what we have here, and I think this is what I will do in our project as a main settings. I will disable edge movement of the camera, and in these settings, we're only gonna have pen movement, which is a movement with a keyboard, and mouse movement, which is this one, okay? Rotation itself, I think I'm gonna just set a good value, and I'm not gonna have rotation adjustment in the settings. But if you wish to add it, you know how to, okay? So let's change this one to pan sense as for sensitivity. And let's use text. I'm gonna type pan speed camera. Yeah, good, this one explains it very well. Now let's select the third one over here. The text will say background music. And over here we need to change the name as well. BGM volume. Then this one will be a mouse sensitivity. So I'm gonna just change this to mouse sense slider. And text will say mouse speed camera. Okay, I think I like it. So we have 4 sliders. If you want to adjust them in some way, you can. Maybe you want to change colors or, you know, text or slider size. That is all up to you. $75. I think text could be a little bit higher. Let me try. Like that. Yeah, other than that, it looks good to me. There are not many settings that we could add to this project. I think this is pretty much enough. If something comes up, we can make it. As of now, this is good. Let's leave it like that, and I'll see you in the next video.